We're back. It is, oh God, what is today? 19th, November 19th. We are just started the second quarter here. Knicks and Mavericks on ESPN. Little Wednesday night basketball. Anything to distract me from the Jets being mid-season.
Anything.
I will
Anything.
say, I had some of my boys who are their listeners, and I will say one of them did shout you out. He was like, "Oh man," he goes, "Hey, who's your co-host?" Because that take that he had on Oklahoma, just like beating the right teams at the right time, was so true. And I was like, he knows ball, and he was like, he knows ball.
Dude, I mean, Oklahoma, all of a sudden, you beat Alabama, and Alabama takes, I believe, what was their first SEC loss, and now
Yep.
the SEC is kind of like, oh, I didn't mean a 6-7 there, my bad.
That's-
I'm not a part of that.
Hey,
Sorry.
if we want the
But-
views, I'm just saying.
All of a sudden, now the SEC is up for grabs. Like, who knows?
Yeah, that's tough. That's one we'll have to talk about. But he brought that one up with me. I'm so sorry. What was my train of thought? Where was I going with that? We were talking. Oh, he goes, "Hey, coach, I see. I have a bunch of like pendants and like other like sports memorabilia in my office."
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Coach, aren't you a Jets man? Like, I don't see anything in your office that are Jets related." And I go, "Yeah." I said it's really fun because like by week 3, I don't have to worry about the rest of the season anymore. And that got a good little chuckle out of it. And I was like, "Yeah, like I don't really broadcast that. we got a little bit to go before I start wearing that loud and proud." But
Yeah, you guys start winning some games, you'll throw some pennants on there.
but yes. So anyway, so it's God, NFL just finished week 11? I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a weird season, but for sure a weird last, I would say, 2 weeks with some of these results. Scrolling through, obviously we did the Jets Pats Thursday night game, but what did we do to what did Spain do to deserve Commanders Dolphins 16-13 on 9:30 in the morning? And again,
I mean-
that's our time. That's prime time for them. Like, there are people who waited in ticketing lines for months to get into this game. I
Yeah.
don't know if we should ever send football back to Spain.
Honestly, I think it's just a poor turn of events because Dolphins pretty decent last year, Commanders, second in
Good
the
last year,
NFC, like finished, lost in the championship game,
Yeah.
didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but injuries riddled, Tyreek Hill out, Tua. I hope
Tua's
he's
Tua.
not on your fantasy team, So this turns into a horrible game.
Terry
But,
McLaurin out. Right.
mm-hmm.
No, that's fair. That was a rough start to the day. We go Panthers beat the Falcons in OT. Bucks. I don't know what to do about Tampa.
Me either. They started out hot, and then they're losing these relatively close games to these top-tier teams. So it's like, do I have them winning the division? Sure. Like, that one's weak this season.
I did. These Panthers
But-
keep winning.
But the Panthers keep winning. The Falcons just had an injury, so they're probably out. And then the Saints, barring some kind of giant killer situation, they're probably out. But, those close games they were winning early in the season, I was high on Baker Mayfield. Like, they're losing them now. And, sure, you don't have your best wide receiver in Mike Evans, but...
Or your top running back in Bucky Irving.
Right. So you're missing a couple pieces. They're still fighting, and so if you manage to get one or two of those pieces back by the end of the season, maybe they're a top-tier team, but they're losing to these top-tier teams.
I will say, looking at the rest, they got the Rams this weekend. Doesn't get much easier.
No.
Bit of a soft patch with Cardinals, Saints, Falcons. Hopefully, right? Maybe you pick up those. That game at the Panthers, December 21st, is going to be important, and that's kind of crazy because I would not have had that penciled in preseason.
No.
at the Dolphins on the 28th, and then you host the Panthers for the season finale. There's a chance we're looking at the winner of that series
being that game, the final game of the season. It's very possible.
Yeah, don't know what to make about that one. I think this weekend against the Rams will be telling. Again, that's our Sunday night game, so we'll have to see. I did see reports today that Bucky Irving might be back. He's missed 6 straight games or 7 straight games, so he's of course he's on my fantasy team, so I would love for him to be back and healthy, but we'll see. Texans Titans.
Just 3 points in the first half. I mean, I'm shocked whenever I see matchups and it's like, how are the Texans favored? Because they don't look super fancy to me.
Stroud,
I don't know.
Right? No CJ Stroud either.
Yeah, and so, but they managed to get the win. I did see something today, kind of made me like question for a second. Cam Ward is ranked 33rd in QBR in the league right now.
Okay.
And I had a question for you that was going to be like, which backup is ahead of him?
Tyrod Taylor.
He's not. I didn't check the stat to see if there was a number of games played because I did not see Joe Burrow. I did not see
Jacoby
Brock
Brissett.
Purdy. It is Jacoby Brissett. Yep, for the Cardinals. But Mac Jones also ahead of him, and then
he would have been my
the
second
entire
guess.
league. So, is that bad team? I'm not like kind of digging at Cam Ward because the Titans are really bad right now. But I just saw that and I was like, dang, 33rd is.
It's tough because when you think about the process of rebuilding an NFL team when you have the number 1 pick, you take the Jags as an example. They were back-to-back years. Take even though New England didn't have the number 1, taking Drake May, not last draft but 2 drafts ago. If you have the other pieces there, or you can trade, or you can develop, like you can essentially skip a couple rungs on the ladder. Like the Patriots, by all accounts, shouldn't be this good this early.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the right guys in the right places. Jaguars kind of mediocre, right? Had a bad year last year, but those guys are finally coming good this year. It's gonna take the Titans some time.
Yes.
They don't have those guys in those positions. We're looking at a 5 to 6 year program or turnaround here. And if Cam Ward's the guy, then he's the guy. That's great. But we're not gonna have a better idea of who he is based off of this season.
No, not at all.
Bears Vikings, last minute field goal. Bears 7-3.
Bears.
Chicago Bears.
We'll get to the Bears at some point. They're
We'll
looking...
stash that one then.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna stash that one.
Packers Giants. Just an ugly game.
I feel
And
like
I think
this
is
should have
2
been
weeks in a
more
row we
one-sided.
said Packers played some ugly games.
Yeah, this should have been more one-sided. Jameis got to play. My boy Jay Boo.
I'm happy for him. Happy for him.
Yes.
We are a pro Jameis podcast, but my issue is if you're going to catch the Packers on an ugly Sunday like this, that's where you got to get them.
Mm-hmm.
You scored first. You marched down the field. Like I'm expecting. Oh my God! Can you believe the Giants beat the Packers this weekend? Well, Jameis was starting, so can't put it past him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's tough. Clearly, one team was better than the other, but there was a chance. There was at least a chance. Which is
Yes.
Bengals Steelers got ugly. Aaron Rodgers potentially broken wrist.
Yeah, this was opposite of the last Bengals Steelers game, in my opinion. And then we got more spitting. I thought we were over this. I thought we were.
Day one, I thought we were. Over this.
Literally day one.
We talked about this on the opener.
First quarter, wasn't it? Day one.
The first play.
Eagles Cowboys. Like, I thought we learned our lesson here, but whatever. Their season's over, so I guess who cares is the attitude. I don't know.
I don't love it, but
yeah,
whatever. good for them for catching it, and at least, maybe he learns his lesson. It's hard to say. We get to the biggest blowout of the weekend.
This was a shocker for me.
See what you did there. Chargers, Jags. Jags at home. It's crazy. This was mostly Trevor Lawrence didn't do much. 14 for 22, 153, 1 touchdown. But it's almost like he didn't have to. Running game did a little bit. Their defense showed up huge. Herbert was getting... How many sacks? I'm going to see how many sacks total in this game. I feel like Herbert was pressured on every single play. Okay, so only 2 sacks for 18, but interception. Justin Herbert, total 10 for 18 with 81 yards.
Yeah.
And then they put in Trey Lance, fourth quarter. Team had a total of 42 rushing yards. So.
Jaguars defense showed up huge for that one. Not much more about that.
Yeah, no, that's kind of it. Chargers might be on fraud watch. We'll have to see as we get into the next couple of games. They're still sitting at 7-4, but they're chasing the Broncos. Seahawks, Rams, potentially your 2 best NFC teams, maybe.
Potentially.
And Sammy Darnold looked like Jets Sam Darnold.
Carson Beck a few weeks ago.
279, 4 interceptions. Yes, Carson Beck a couple weeks ago. Yeah, tell you what, that's one way to lose a game. But give the Rams some credit. Still kept it close. If you told me your quarterback had 4 interceptions and you only lost by 2 points on the road, so we'll see. Niners, Cardinals. Another weird game. Jacoby Brissett, 47 of 57 with 452 yards and 2 touchdowns.
This is Madden stats.
And you lost by 19 points. Like, what is everybody else doing?
I don't know.
And I will say, shout
know.
out Michael Wilson, 15 receptions, 185 yards. Like, those 2 guys showed up to work today.
Yes.
Everybody else maybe took the day off. I don't know. Ravens, Browns, another stinker. Lamar played really poorly. I did see Shador is starting next week.
Okay.
We'll check in afterwards.
Ooh, yes.
And then Broncos beat the Chiefs by a field goal late. And then Eagles beat the Lions by 7. These Sunday night games have been awful.
They've been brutal, yeah.
And then Cowboys beat the Raiders.
Another ugly game. The Raiders are in a tough spot. I'd say equally to the Titans, almost.
Fair. Geno's not the quarterback. We know that. They don't really have a wide receiver 1. You got Brock Bowers. You have Ashton Genty. And if Max Crosby stays, that might be it with that team.
Yeah.
They're in a tough spot. But that's last week. That's in the past. Let's move forward just a hair, because we got some football tomorrow night. I don't know what to say about this. Bills Texans, how the spread is only 6 points, I'm not sure. I think we just saw the Bills play a great game, and we saw the Texans struggle against the Titans.
I think I take that spread.
I would agree.
That's easy. Or at least should be easy.
But the one blessing that we have, there is no international game this week, so no 9:30. We just get to start our 1 o'clock slate with the Jets and Ravens. This game should not be close. I don't anticipate being close.
Baltimore by 14 is what I see here.
Yeah, 13.5 on ESPN. Ravens are at home. I'm starting Lamar Jackson and the Ravens defense. I hope this is a blowout. I did see Justin Fields got benched, so Tyrod Taylor's going to be starting. Fine with it.
Yeah, honestly, the one game I saw, it looked a little bit better than Justin Fields. So
The one thing I read today, which I thought was the most interesting piece, was we have a guy, Brady Cook, who was an undrafted free agent, who's a rookie this year. But you know what Tyrod Taylor can do. You know what Justin Fields can do. At this point, the season's lost anyways, right? You're 2-8.
yeah,
Why not throw the guy in? See if he is good enough to be a backup in the future. I also saw potentially, like, what do you do about Fields? We paid him 20 mil this year. He's owed $10 million next year guaranteed. And obviously, if you keep him for the whole season, he has another 10 that'll be paid. But if we were to cut him or trade him, whatever, we would be on the hook for the remaining $10 million. And I don't. Who's going to want him? Right? Maybe a couple teams is like a backup. But you're going to pay your backup $20 million?
no,
Not in the salary cap, right? It's not baseball where you could just pick up $20 million out of your wallet. So I struggle. I struggle with thinking that we can move him on. It's going to be Fields. He'll stay as a backup. Maybe we draft somebody high. Fields will start like weeks 1, 2, and 3.
just like Russ. Yeah,
Well, a couple guys did it, right? They did that with Drake May when it was Jacoby Brissett. There is a pattern there of letting the young guy come in and not just be thrown to the wolves. I think that was the mistake that we did with Zach Wilson. Hey, you just got drafted number 2 overall. Guess what? You're starting an NFL game in 4 months. Like, be ready.
yeah.
So, anyways, we'll see. Steelers Bears. All of a sudden, that turns into a great game. 6-4 Steelers, 7-3 Bears. I do think if the Steelers are down without Rodgers, their season's over.
I would agree, and I think if Rodgers doesn't play, if he's out, then the Bears definitely take this, and this leads more into that Bears thing that we mentioned earlier. So,
Who is the Steelers' backup? Mason Rudolph. That's right. Yeah, I don't know. Bears can walk away this weekend at 8-3.
yeah, looking scary, top of the NFC North here.
And I do have a little game with you that we'll play afterwards, but that's
All right.
Well, that's an interesting one. Patriots Bengals should be a blowout. Giants Lions should be a blowout. Vikings Packers sneaky.
I've got a question mark on this one because the
Sneaky
Packers.
good game if the Packers are bad.
Yeah, the Packers we thought were one of the best teams after week 2, 3, and then they've dropped a couple, tied the Cowboys. I don't know.
Seahawks should beat the Titans. Colts Chiefs.
Another good one. Are the
Chiefs
Chiefs
are favored 3.5.
Are the Chiefs back? Are the Colts legit? We'll see.
Browns Raiders. Find anything else to do. The fact that those tickets are going right now for $100 is crazy to me.
Well, you got at 4:05 Browns, Raiders, Jaguars, Cardinals. So
You pick your poison.
what? You gotta wait 20 minutes. Go walk the dog. Start up the grill. Get ready for the Cowboys Eagles game.
And then Eagles Cowboys 425. Falcons Saints. Probably a bad game, but a divisional game.
Yes.
Something crazy will happen there. And then Buccaneers Rams. Panthers Niners as your Monday night game is.
Hey,
It's
Panthers
dirty
could
business.
come out and surprise us. They've been on the up and up.
But remember, these games were scheduled last year.
That's fair.
So who's looking at this team last year and being like, I want to see the Panthers in November. Let's jump over to college. Or anything else you got for the NFL?
Nope.
Last week's games. Oh, the one thing I was going to say on that pickup that we did last week, we were 14-1 in the NFL.
Okay. What's the one we missed?
Chargers,
That's fair.
which was an upset. So if the Chargers had done that, we would have been 15-0, which pretty good. Last week's games, only ones of note. A&M pull out a
Monstrous comeback.
huge comeback against South
Monstrous.
Carolina at home.
Yes.
Because that would have been
Kept ACC or SEC hopes alive.
rough for A&M if they lost
Yes.
that Oklahoma beats Alabama. I did watch the end of this one. This was a fantastic finish. And I don't want to say questions about Alabama, right? Only 2 losses, 1 loss in the SEC, just this one game. But both Oklahoma and Alabama sit at 8-2 right now.
Yep. And I know for sure Oklahoma still has LSU remaining, but the SEC, like I feel like the top teams in the SEC don't really play each other down the stretch here, so they're just gonna have to win out in the games they're playing.
Yeah. Georgia beats Texas. Yeah, I mean they put the whooping on Texas.
Clemson took down LSU, or I'm sorry,
Louisville.
Louisville by
Yep.
a point. Kind of puts a little dagger in the ACC for Louisville there.
Yeah, that's got to knock them out. I think they're done there. Speaking of the ACC, Miami does beat NC State, and Notre Dame beats Pitt, which could have been a closer game. But 22-point win is impressive there. Georgia Tech stays with 1 loss, beats Boston College, and USC Iowa. Oh, yeah, your South Florida Bulls. I hate to say it.
It was a thriller. But fell short.
Might be in trouble.
Oh, they're out.
Well, we'll get to the future stuff. Yeah, I think coming up with this weekend, only games I thought. What did I have circled here? I think USC Oregon's going to be a great game, and I had one more here. Oh, Pittsburgh Georgia Tech. I think we're going to find out if Georgia Tech's legit.
The ACC, and all of the top 4 or 5 teams in the ACC, because the rest of them are completely out, just fighting for bowl. They are in must-win scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Georgia Tech has to win this game versus Pitt. Conversely, Pitt, if they want to stay alive, they have to win this game versus Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
So,
that's your.
It's going to be a good football game. Yeah.
That should be some high quality football. But yeah, I'm thinking ahead to the week. I'm trying to think what else is going on.
Tennessee, Florida
Yeah,
is this weekend, and then
I struggle with caring
Kentucky.
about Florida.
I care about Florida. I don't care about Florida, but I keep track of Florida because of Florida State.
Fair.
What's that game going to look like?
That's fair.
And then Kentucky, who just blew Florida out, up against Vandy. I don't think they'll do it, but could be a surprise upset there. Might want to keep that one on in the background. You never know. Probably not, but keep track of that score. Yeah.
And then let's have a quick little NBA update. Oklahoma City stays, they're 15-1 right now, and I don't want to start to talk that they might be shooting for a certain record of a team of yours, but that's a very good start.
Yep.
And again, you have to sustain it. Injuries happen, crazy things happen. It's a long season, but if there was a team in recent history to potentially take it down, it might be these guys right now. Because Warriors were what, 73-9?
73-9, and then you got the 72-10 Bulls.
I know they're on pace to break it, but we'll have to see. And then Eastern Conference, your 1 seed Detroit Pistons are playing some great ball. And then your 2 seed Toronto Raptors, also known as the New York Knicks West team.
Would not have been my prediction for early season. We're not quite a quarter of the way through, but we're getting there. Would not have been my prediction there.
No. And I say the New York Knicks West because Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Bett are still there. But also Brandon Ingram's there. Scotty Barnes still. I mean, it's not a bad team. It's in at 10-5. They're on a 5 game winning streak right now. They play 4 more bad teams coming up. Ooh, they play the Knicks November 30th. That'll be a good one. Knicks sitting at 8-5. Washington Wizards 1-13.
Good Lord.
They want that 1 seed. I'm trying to think. I think that's everything that I have for current, recent stuff. Yeah, nothing controversial. I mean, the only thing that really crossed my mind this weekend when watching the NFL was I don't know how good some of these teams really are, and I don't know when we're going to find out. Because it might be a couple weeks still. Yeah.
Yeah. Playoffs.
So, do you want to go ahead and let's do the we'll do the NFL picture on this one. Let's do the little playoffs. What you got?
Okay. As far as like a mid to late season update of what we think the playoff bracket's going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, I have the current playoff picture pulled up now. So I'm going to go off of what's currently happening. There's probably only I'm going to probably swap 2 teams that are not currently in the playoff picture into the playoffs. 1, 2. Yeah. I'm gonna swap 2 teams, but I will let you. I want to hear yours first.
Okay, because I didn't look at the current playoff picture.
Fair.
I did briefly for a second, but then I scrapped it and was just looking at who was top in each division and then what their schedules look like the rest of the season, on top of do they have divisional opponents going down the stretch. So you've got things like the Bears, who we talked about, looking very good, could be 8-3 at the end of this week, but they've got the Packers twice and the Lions, who they lost to 52-21 early in the season.
Which, it's a basketball score.
Are they looking like a different team? Possibly. And then you got the Lions, who lost to the Packers early in the season, who now don't look that great, who they've got the Packers on their slate again. Can they beat them this time? I don't know. The NFC North is going to be kind of dicey going down to the end. I had a question mark on that division. I've got a question mark on the NFC South with the Bucks and Panthers. And then I've got a big question mark on the AFC West between the Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs. Which one of those teams is going to come out on top? But ultimately, here's what I have, everybody.
Hit me.
I've got the Patriots, number 1 team in the AFC, getting the bye. The Eagles, number 1 team in the NFC, getting the bye. Number 2 in the AFC, I'll just go down the AFC now. Number 2, I've got the Colts, the Broncos, the Ravens, the Bills, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. NFC, I've got Eagles top, Rams number 2, Lions, Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, and the Niners.
Okay.
And I was looking at who everyone has to play. Packers could easily be traded out for the Bears pending those matchups because they play each other twice down the stretch here. I think the Packers are a good enough team, although a couple injuries here, maybe the Bears pull it out. But that's who I have right now, and then I can go even further down the bracket if you want me to go who I think makes it. Okay.
Hit me with what you got.
All right, so this would have the the Bills at the Rams, round 1, AFC. I've got the Bills coming out with that one. Chargers at the Broncos. I've got the Broncos winning. And then Chiefs at the Colts. I've got the Colts winning. This would have Pats versus Bills. I've got the Bills. Broncos at Colts. I've got the Colts. And then I think it would be Bills at Colts. I've got the Bills. NFC, you've got Seahawks at the Bucks. I've got the Bucks winning this one.
Okay.
Packers at the Lions. I've got the Lions winning. And then Niners at the Rams. I've got the Rams winning. So I've got Bucks at the Eagles, taking the Eagles. I've got Lions at the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. Then I've got Rams at the Eagles. I'm taking the Rams.
Ooh. Okay. So Super Bowl's Rams Bills.
Super Bowl's Rams Bills. I didn't think this one out. I didn't circle this one.
Okay.
I wanted to wait for this
I
moment.
want your live prediction.
I've got Josh Allen winning his first Super Bowl. And the Bills
Bills cutting
winning
down the
their
nets.
first Super Bowl, right? They're one of the few teams that hasn't won one.
Yeah, because they're 0-4.
Yeah. Them, the Texans, the Panthers,
Jags.
and the Jags.
Interesting.
Am I wrong? Most definitely so. Will I put a bet on that? Maybe $1. We'll see.
I mean, if you correctly predicted the two teams that would be in there and a result, might be worth something there. I'll tell you in 1 second what I got.
And even if the Bears replace the Packers, I still think the Lions beat the Bears in that playoff picture.
Fair.
So
I went a little crazy with it. I went into the NFL.com page, and I'm actually predicting every remaining game for the rest of the season.
ooh, see, I started to do that, and then I was like, man, this is too much. I might do that tomorrow when I'm off, but we'll see.
But I'll tell you what, I went straight vibes. I didn't give a matchup more than 4 seconds of thought. So this is 100% wrong. Don't worry. But here's what I got. I have your AFC seeds. I have Denver. There's no way. But I have Denver at 14-3, tied with Buffalo for the 1 seed. Buffalo beats them on divisional games. So
Okay.
Buffalo's the 1 seed at 14-3. Again, based off of how they played, I don't know, but I think they have the talent and the offense to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have Denver sitting at the 2 seed, also at 14-3. Indy's 13-4. I have Baltimore as the 4 seed at 12-5, which would put them at 10 straight wins. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not out of the again. It's not that crazy, but it's kind of crazy. New England's at the 5 seed, Jacksonville 6, Chargers at 7. For what I have here, I'm gonna go Denver over LA. I'm sorry, I'm on the ESPN page. I'm gonna go. What did I say? Denver over LA. I'm gonna go Colts over Jags.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Ravens over the Patriots. Yeah, I don't trust them year one. And then I believe it goes 1 seed gets the lowest seed, so that would be Denver and Baltimore, which would be a great game. But the game's in Denver. Oh, I'm so sorry. Buffalo. Buffalo versus Baltimore. But the game is in Buffalo. And I just don't know if I trust Lamar in the cold. And that sucks. Because I would love to see Lamar go AFC Championship game. But I do have to think I have to take Josh Allen and the Bills there. And then your remaining matchup, I have Colts versus Denver. And that's kind of a good offense versus a good defense. I think I'm going to go Denver. So I would have
Okay.
the Broncos and Bills AFC Championship game, which I would also take the Bills. For my uh, NFC, I've got Philly as the 1 seed. Going down, I have Chargers as the 2 seed. I have Tampa as the 3, Seattle as the 4, Chicago as the 5, Green Bay as the 6, San Fran as the 7. I have Detroit missing it by 1 game,
Ooh.
and I had Green Bay beating them in that deciding game. But for me, I think the only 2 teams that could possibly come out of the NFC would be the Rams and the Eagles. I don't know if these other teams are even worth
That's exactly what I have too. So
mentioning. But between those two, I'll go toss up. I mean, I really like how the Rams are playing. I would love one little like Matt Stafford kind of sign off.
mm-hmm.
Great story for him. But that's where I'm at right now.
So you've got Rams Eagles. Who you got?
I'll go. I'll go. I'll go Rams over the Eagles. And
We
I'm
got
gonna
the
go-
same Super Bowl lined up, just different teams speckled in there.
I'm gonna go. So Rams Bills. I don't know, man. I don't trust Buffalo. Something about it, just I don't trust it. I'm gonna go. I guess I'm going LA. I guess I'm gonna go with the Rams. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel great. I don't have a lot of confidence. I would never bet a cent on that. But I think I would always bet against Buffalo until they did it, and then I'd be like, okay. Like I said,
Now I can bet on them.
now they're going to be the juggernaut that wins a ton of. But until then, there might be some bad voodoo curse on the Bills franchise still. I don't know. So, anything we'll touch on CFB on the other one.
For sure.
Anything else you got here?
No?
Sweet. Well, we we're chopping this week up to cover the pre-Thanksgiving and then the week of Thanksgiving. So tune in. It'll probably be like Tuesday morning. So 2 days, 40 or 48-hour rush before Thanksgiving starts. It'll be CFB, a little bit of NBA All-Star this year, a couple changes, and then two more little would you rather's that we'll go over. But yeah, you know where to find us. I mean, anywhere you find podcasts at this point, including Instagram, YouTube, whatever, the whole deal. And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, you all know what to do. Smash that like, hit us with a sub. See you next time.
See ya.